Hey, we live.
Of course we are. What it do? Snackers and snackettes. Don't forget the snack X's. It's your boy Gage. Jokes is in the building. Ain't that right, Jokes?
Yes, sir.
You forgot to change your background from Power Rangers to Xbox. I don't know
I
what you're doing back there.
did. I
I
did.
don't know what you're doing.
Slumming. You slumming.
Very
But you,
slipping.
but you know what? Hold up.
Very
Let's
slipping.
let's make a quick little switch right quick.
And my man Sin is in the building. What up, Sin?
What's up? I'm here. I'm ready to go.
Oh man, look at my man, like magic, like it never happened. You know what I mean? All right.
Totally this time is behind.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a tidbit. Listen, y'all now tuned in to cutscenes. We get together once a week and we talk about all kinds of things that happen in video games. And today,
Today?
we got an action-packed show because cutscenes are.
The best part of the game.
Oh, shucky ducky quack, quack. So here's what's happening. Last week we got the reveal of what is considered the full launch lineup for the Xbox Series console. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about what is necessary to actually take advantage of some of what you're getting from these games that are being released.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk a little bit about Ghost of Tsushima Legends. Sin and I had a chance to play a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about Xbox being playable on iOS. Ain't that right, though? We're going to talk about this new Ubisoft Connect thing. We're going to talk about NBA 2K trying to sneak ads up on you. Like,
like we ain't going to realize it? Get out of here.
Like we all got. But because the homie Marcus jumped right in off the break and was just like, what do y'all think about Nathan Drake having a movie? Before I decide to chime in with what I think, I'm going to let y'all talk. Did y'all see the images that they posted?
Sure did.
Tom Holland, a.k.a. Young Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think? How do you feel? Does it matter to you? All the above? What's up?
I give him thumbs up. My man looks the part.
Okay.
But we do know how video games and movies sometimes still do not mix at all. I want to have high hopes. I want to have hopes. Maybe not high hopes, but I want to have hopes. But I don't know.
Why wouldn't your hopes be high though? Like, in what world are you having hopes that aren't high hopes? Like,
it's just, well, I guess the way to say it is,
hoping for?
I'm hoping that it's going to be good. Just because video games translating over to movies, just like we know, just some of them don't, kind of bad and just don't work.
What are you talking about? Mortal Kombat, fire.
Oh, okay.
Doom, fire.
Okay.
Resident Evil 1 through 7, fire.
Hey, there's a handful. Those 3 franchises. That's a handful. But in that other hand, there's some that just toss in the dumpster.
I don't know about those, sir. I don't know about those, sir.
Hey, Slim. Hey, look. Hey, listen. This is the thing. I was really waiting for somebody to be like, hey, you a liar. But like, I appreciate you making faces, Slim.
Yeah, I'm looking like, hold up.
Rolling with it. Like, yeah, nah, them joints good. Like,
Yeah, I'm like, nah.
I was thinking about, I was like,
Doom? You mean the Rock Doom? No.
that was fun to watch, actually. That was fun to watch, though.
No, it wasn't.
And it can't be any worse than any Fast and the Furious movie.
Oh.
Can't be.
Yes, they can.
Nah. It's just fun.
Yeah.
It's just entertainment. We're just having a good time. We're running and shooting. Like, how's that bad?
Oh God, it was bad. It was immensely bad.
That got me laughing like Muttley over there.
But I would jokes like, I mean, picture he looks like Nathan Drake, but I gotta see a trailer. Like, I have to see a trailer to make any kind of further, decisions. So, they went with the young Drake. So, I'll see
the trailer. Won't even tell me. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I don't really care about Uncharted as it is. I know a lot of people do. I don't really care as it is. So here's where I'm at. Again, I know they're younger. So Mark Wahlberg playing Sully, I'm only willing to give it even the smallest amount of love just because they're supposed to be so much younger. Like,
Mhm.
that's it. Because for real, it should be Nolan North. Like, Nolan North should be playing that role because that dude is Nathan Drake. And I know he's in the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Let me wait. I know he was on set. I'm not going to say
Mhm.
he's in the movie because for all we know, whatever little bitty part they gave him might get cut. We might
Could.
not ever see.
True.
Cut him for.
But, like, for real, they have to set. This has to be the new Indiana Jones. Like, the idea, the fact that they're starting from him being so young, that they're not even trying to touch and redo what the movies already did, means that
With the
they
game.
have every intention of
Mhm.
this joint having multiple sequels.
Yep. Having them grow with
They
the
have every
movie.
intention of starting a run with these joints. And they want to lock Tom Holland down for a number of years. Like, that's what it is. So you got to sell me on this joint being the new Indiana Jones. We ain't had one in so long, and we don't want or need another one of those. So that's what it has to be. Otherwise, I don't care. I actually don't really care that it's tied to a movie franchise because I actually do think that in terms of what it is, I feel like Uncharted is Man Raider, like Tomb Raider guy, you know what I'm
Kinda
saying,
thing.
or whatever.
Mhm.
But Tomb Raider and Uncharted are both just trying to copy what Indiana Jones was. And there aren't really great Indiana Jones games except for the Lego joint. Them joints fire. But at this point, it might be far enough removed, and the story and the writing and so forth in video games has come so far that if you treat this the right way,
Mhm.
it can actually be its own thing and stand far enough. Look, if comic books have finally been able to do it with movies, there really is no real reason that video games can't do the same
Yeah.
thing because of the kind of talent they're hiring to write and so forth. So I think it's doable.
It's all about getting the right people behind behind the
Absolutely.
camera. You know what I'm saying? The right producers, the right director, the right casting people. Like just like
Right.
Marvel, you gotta get the right people in those positions. Then we can start turning around this whole legacy of bad video game movies around.
Right. The fact that it is people like us who grew up playing games, who grew up with the characters, who grew up with the comics, are now at the helm of making the decisions and directing and writing and so forth. I feel like this stuff, not only does it get treated with much more love and respect, but it also, because it's recognized as such a high priority industry, video games is a bigger medium than movies, period. So it gets treated with that kind of respect. And they want / need it to work. Now they just have to figure out what streaming service is going to have it first.
Hey.
Because it ain't coming to the theater.
Nope.
Yep.
It ain't happening. It ain't happening. This thing is supposed to drop, I think, in like March.
Yeah. Throw that second paywall up, somebody.
No,
Just
yeah.
throw it behind the second paywall.
Hey, listen. I'm not sleeping on the game. I played the game, and I felt like it was Tomb Raider. And
Wait.
honestly, it's a cool story. I'd rather just watch the story because the gameplay mechanics ain't great. And that I will take to the bank. Alfonso, as far as the combat pack is concerned, because I wasn't planning to touch on that, but we should have because we didn't talk on it last time, is the most important thing you need to know. Melina, they should have had in the game the first go round.
Yep.
Rain, I like coming back because Rain is one of my favorite ninjas. And Rambo. I mean, Stallone. At this point, we just pulling in movie classics. Like, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on board. They got my money. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna save WB Games, but they got my money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah,
it's still gonna be an issue. I'm still waiting for Microsoft to just be like, yeah, we bought them.
Just a random post. Oh, by the way.
Yeah, welcome to the family.
Word on the street. These folks, they got another acquisition that's supposed to drop before the release of the console.
I mean, yeah.
And it's starting to sound like that might be the realest real. Like, the realest real. Since we're on new consoles at the moment, again, we'll get to what's actually on the list for the show. Did y'all see this joint? I threw a joint in Teams for y'all to look at.
Yes.
PlayStation.com.
Yes.
Yeah, I know they've been talking about it ever since they first revealed the actual PS5. People were like, it looks like you can take the panels off, like they're trying to do what 360 did with the shells, with the replacement shells. Man, listen, I don't know what the quality is of this joint, but they just look like renders, and I don't feel like these folks have a PlayStation in their hands that actually do great measurements. But I know that these fools are taking orders and they shipping and they trying to get stuff to people by the time the console releases.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can go and look. They got some pretty dope joints, but I'm gonna tell you what they did. They messed up. They don't got no bright green joints. They don't got no purple joints. Get them out of here.
Party
man.
foul.
Ain't getting my money.
Get them out.
Ain't getting my money.
Party foul. Was there a red one? Did you see? I think there was a red one on there,
They
wasn't
got a
there?
red one. Yeah, they got a red one.
Blue one. There's a camo one.
Camo one, and like a metallic-y almost kind of looking one.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, if I was gonna do it, I would just get a matte black joint and I would just put whatever image on it I want.
First things first, I'm gonna have to get a PS5 whenever I finally decide to actually do that. But
yeah. Okay, so listen, this is what I want to do. Let's get into this Xbox launch lineup. 31 titles. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run the list.
Cool.
I just want y'all to listen. I just want you to say, yay. If you're excited for this. Okay? Here we go. Alphabetical order. Are we ready?
Let's do it.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah.
Yes.
Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
Fight Memory 1.0.
Yeah.
Casino Royale.
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition.
Yeah.
Dirt 5.
Yeah.
Enlisted.
Yeah.
Do you even know what that is?
No.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Evergate.
Yeah.
The Falconeer. I'm actually amped for the Falconeer. That joint actually looks dope. Fortnite.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon 4.
That's gonna look nice.
Gears 5.
Yeah.
Grounded.
Yeah.
King Oddball.
Yeah.
Maneater. Manifold Garden. That joint actually looks dope too. I'm just, NBA 2K21.
I don't want no ads.
Observer System Redux. We're in the Will of the Wisp.
That's gonna look lame.
Tetris Effect. I'm on that joint. I skipped the joint. Planet Coaster.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey,
Sea of Thieves.
Yes. Maybe
The Taurus. I already beat it. War Thunder. Warhammer Chaos Bane Slayer Edition. That don't actually might be
that one.
I'll give it a buck. Watch Dogs Legion.
Yeah.
Yes.
WRC 9 FIA World Rally Championship.
No. Say with the straight no face.
I didn't know.
I know. That's why I was laughing.
Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Hell
Yeah.
Yes, Your Grace. Oh, okay.
Are you talking to one of us or?
Oh, yes, Your Grace.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
You're great. So here's the thing. So I see in the comments, Perp Miner said, looking forward to Bright Memory Infinite. This is not Bright Memory Infinite. This is Bright Memory 1.0. Infinite is apparently the upgraded version that will come later down the line. Bright Memory is what is currently already released on PC. What we saw when we saw Bright Memory Infinite was what is again supposed to be technically the next gen version, kind of upgraded, step up version of it. I think Bright Memory looks like it could be really cool, but it's not Infinite just yet. So look, man. Obviously, with backwards compatibility, there are a lot of games that are also going to be available for you to play, just like before.
Right.
These games in particular are the games that are supposed to be specifically optimized to take advantage of what the Series S and the Series X can do. Many of which already out and available. Damn. Saying you and I talked about this the other day. This is a piss poor launch lineup.
Oh, yeah.
To me. Because outside of Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs Legions, and I actually do really want Tetris Effect. But again, that's a game that's already out. It just hasn't been on Xbox before. There's almost nothing here. There's nothing here that's new.
Right.
Then I'm like, gotta have it. Day one. Need to drop 500 beans and give me a new box. Not a single thing. Now,
None of it.
I am interested in obviously taking advantage of how these games will run on the upgraded hardware.
Yes.
However,
nothing I need to go out and get a system for this specific game.
Correct. Like,
I can play every last one of them on my, One X. So
there's no Halo.
I know.
Infinite. There's really nothing here. You know what I'm saying? That is, gotta do it. And even then, Halo Infinite would have been available without you buying a new box.
Yep. Still with it.
So here's where I'm at. I know they're calling this a launch lineup. And yes, they are launching a new box. However, don't really feel like this is full on next gen because the lines are so blurred now. This upgrade for somebody like me who already has a 1X, while it is still going to be a significant power jump, this isn't like going from NES to N64 or NES to SNES. It's not like going PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3 because we already had incremental beats. And I feel like this isn't a whole lot different from having the 1 and the 1S already exist and then dropping the 1X and saying, hey, this is an upgraded version of a box that allows you to do more, get 4K, do extra, yada, yada, yada. And when they did that, it wasn't like, oh, here's a new launch lineup.
Right.
And I feel like, you're right. It's a pretty average list. I mean, look, launch lineups historically ain't ever really been great for the most part. I mean, Xbox has never had a killer app except for the first Halo on the first Xbox. If you go back and you look at PlayStation launch lineup, they've almost all been relatively garbage. But you're still excited because you're getting something newer that the old box couldn't do.
Right.
You're not really getting that.
You can't play this game on the other box that you have.
It wasn't possible.
Right.
Right now, what Sony's trying to do is you could play this game on the old box, we're not going to let you. That's different. And I feel like what's happening is, this is, when Sin and I talked about this earlier, I told him, I was like, so they just talked about the iPhone 12 like last week. Can you imagine if Apple would have came out and been like, here it is, brand new iPhone 12, 3-4 different versions of the joint. You can pre-order now. It's $700, $800. Go do it here. Go do it there. Oh, by the way, none of your old apps work.
Stock price would plummet. Straight up.
Can you imagine?
The uproar will be ridiculous.
If they was like, oh yeah, iPhone 11. We don't do that no more. We don't do that. That's the difference. Consoles have really historically for a very long time been the only medium that really did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you had to be going to a whole new medium for that kind of a break to happen. Like, you had to be going away from VHS and going to DVD. But even then, you could buy a machine that had a VHS and a DVD player on it.
Sure enough.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it was still something to allow you to transition. No other medium has ever really just been like, oh no, dog, hard stop.
We done. Ain't doing no
We
more.
don't do this no more. And for real, historically, up until PS4, PlayStation has always done backwards compatibility out of the gate. Always. One of the biggest deals with PlayStation 2 when it came out was, yes, it's a DVD player, but it also plays all your PlayStation 1 games. Like, that was a big deal. A huge deal. PlayStation 2 into PlayStation 3, yes, this joint is backwards compatible. We basically put a PlayStation 2 into this box. It'll play all your old games. It wasn't until they changed the architecture of the 3 that it was like, we can't do this going into 4. You know what I'm saying? So that's never really been a thing. I feel like what's happening now is Xbox is saying, we got all these different ways for you to play. Yes, we're introducing something new. This is our iPhone 12. Your old stuff still works, though. We don't necessarily have to have something ridiculously new. We would like to have new features and things like that we're going to show off for you. Halo Infinite would have been nice. Because let's keep it a buck. Sony has Miles Morales. I mean, you can play it on PlayStation 4. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like...
Right.
But they got bug snacks.
Okay.
That you can't play on PS4.
I
don't know why. I don't know why. Astrobot will only be on PS5. But you need the PS5 controller.
Right.
In order to really see what Astrobot does. So that hard out isn't really a thing anymore once you start trying to get people in your ecosystem. And you just want people on it. A completely wireless console? I mean, is it possible? Yes. Because power consumption is actually coming down. Digital Foundry actually just did a video like earlier this week where they showed the heat and power consumption of the Xbox Series X versus the One X, and the One X has higher power consumption than the Series X. But of course, the Series X is so much more powerful, it doesn't have to push the system as hard to run the same content. And wireless power has been a thing for probably 4 or 5 years. If you go back and you look at CES, like 2016 or 17, they actually had like wireless blenders for your kitchen, stuff like that, where you could actually get power. They actually have power sources that were built into your countertop. So I think you can get it, but I think it will be still kind of like a Wi-Fi, Bluetooth plug and play, or something that's got to be able to send that power without anything else. Right now, the closest thing you're going to get to a wireless console is the fact that you can play on your phone, on your TV, tablet, on whatever. That is your portable wireless console, technically. Speaking of which, Joe, I noticed you've been playing some Xbox on your iOS devices, sir.
Yeah.
On your phone and your iPad. Is that correct?
Yes, that is 100% correct.
So talk to me a little bit about how you're doing that.
So, over the last few days, Xbox, they updated the Xbox app. So, now you can actually remote access your system to your iOS device. Now, not to get it confused with xCloud. Right. You're not streaming from an actual cloud service or anything like that. You are simply streaming this from your actual console. So when I actually pull up the app, it's going to literally power on the box. If you have auto on and everything, you can actually, of course, power on your box from wherever you are. And it's literally just going to give to you this remote access from wherever you are. Now, as of now, with the majority of everything, you have to have a controller. So it's not like you're playing a touchscreen game right on your phone and you can just do certain things. That comes later. But you have to have a controller, but you essentially are just interfacing with your Xbox the same way if you were sitting at home in front of it on your TV screen. So I've taken the run. Of course, I've uploaded Destiny, and I've played Destiny. I've done it here at home on my own network, which playing on my own network has been absolutely flawless. Like, other than resolution wise, to me is a little grainy. It looks good. I went to work and pulled it up on my phone, but unfortunately I didn't have my controller, so it wasn't like I could sit there and actually play it this time. I'm going to rectify that next week. But I still
Why didn't you just open a controller at the store and use one?
I thought about that, but then I was like, probably won't like that.
I mean, whatever. You could have just bought a controller.
I could have. I need a new controller anyway. I'm going to get a new Elite controller anyway. I need a new Elite controller. But when I pulled it up at work, you know, it immediately connect. Well, let me say it took a few seconds because my box had already auto powered off. But once it, of course, auto powered on, it gets the connection to it, pops right up on the screen, and you can start going to work on it.
A pretty awesome experience, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Now, it's not super different. I mean, you can do it with a PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it with a PlayStation. That's not super new. I mean, so you're not getting it from the cloud, but it is allowing you to access whatever's on your box and play from your box.
Yep.
You're basically mirroring from the box
to your device.
Which is pretty
it's
dope.
Pretty clean. So I'm happy with that for right now until xCloud does whichever workaround or actually partnering and actually being able to use xCloud on the iPhone. But for me right now, this is a happy moment for me that I can do this now. Now I am going to go ahead and upgrade to the iPhone 12. I was having, you already know I was
shoot.
Yeah, I was about off the bandwagon, but now that I can do that, I'm more comfortable going ahead and going to the 12.
I'm gonna stick around for another period.
Oh, man, did you pre-order?
Not yet, because I want the Pro Max, so
so
I can't do it till next week. So I'll be doing that because that actually releases the same week as the Series X. So beginning of the week, I'll have a new console. End of the week, I'll have a new phone.
We hope.
We hope. We hope.
We hope.
I swear, if I get a delay.
Do either of y'all intend to buy a new TV with these new consoles dropping?
No, because I just got one.
Possibly. I thought about it. Like in my bedroom is where I have my 4K TV at right now. It's a 43-inch. But in my living room where I have the bigger TV, I was thinking about going ahead and upgrading that one to a 4K. Nothing too ridiculous, but just to have a bigger 4K TV in the house. And chances are I was going to end up shifting the 1X to that one. But I'm going to play the Series X on it, though. Don't get me wrong. But because that's going to be where I'm at secondary for most time. But I'm definitely going to end up having the second 4K TV.
So the reason why I asked is because one of the big things they're talking about with these new consoles is the ability to do 4K 120 hertz, 120 FPS. You know all games aren't going to do it. But like Dirt 5 coming out of the gate, 120. Ori and the Will of the Wisp, 120. However, your TV has to be able to do 120.
Mm-hmm. Gotta have the matching goal.
And while there are a lot of TVs out there that can do 120, most of them cannot do 120 at a full 4K resolution.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. Two, most of them, if you did not buy your TV within the last year, if it's not a Samsung Q800 TV or an LG OLED, chances are your TV does not have an HDMI 2.1, and therefore you cannot run the 48 gigabits per second necessary.
Can you say that again, sir, so I can write that down? I got to check my TV and make sure that I got the
Samsung. You're looking for a Samsung Q800T.
Mm-hmm.
Q800T. Got it.
My man, it's like he thinking about upgrading now. He gonna go out there and be like, "Damn it!"
Because the thing is, under most circumstances, even if you have a TV that does do it, and you would have to have purchased your TV in the last year.
So I'm there. Okay.
Usually, your television only has one port that is
That
an
does it.
HDMI 2.1 if in fact it has it.
Mm-hmm.
You need to make sure you know what that port is and make sure that your boxes that you want to take advantage of doing that, that's where it's plugged in.
Right.
Because that's a small issue that I have right now. Like only
Mhm.
one port on my TV does HDR. So
Right.
my my
That was an
Xbox
issue with a lot of TVs when they first came out with HDR, was that not all the ports would support HDMI. Yeah, HDR. Yeah.
So that's the issue I run, because I had like the PS4 Pro and my One X is hooked up to the same TV, but of course the PS4 is in the secondary HDMI port. So
Why don't you just get an HDMI switcher?
but you also have to have a switcher that's going to be able to do HDR as well too. So
HDR.
that's another thing. So by the time you pay for that, it's kind of like put that towards a new TV.
Okay.
Yeah, see, the problem is that I don't think a lot of people really recognize how HDMI works. And HDMI is a digital signal.
Mm-hmm.
It is sending data. And your television can update, your box can update. One can do an update that the other one doesn't have that will change the way it sends the signal, say, from the box to the TV. Or the TV can do an update that changes the way that it receives the signal from your box, which can... I mean, I can tell you from experience that at one point, my cable box updated that I had running HDMI, and literally my TV could no longer get a picture from it. It would just tell me that the signal was not supported, or that there was no signal coming to it. And I actually had to switch my box from HDMI to component video cable to get an image.
Ooh.
I mean, it worked.
Right.
It was HD, but about a week later, they did another update to the box. Because now, I'm in forums like, when are they updating the Samsung TVs? Because this TV doesn't have, you know what I mean? And it's one of those things where everybody's updating at a different clip. You know what I mean? So if you have Verizon might update some of their cable boxes, not all of their cable boxes. Could be boxes with DVRs, could be ones that with DVR, whatever, and change the way that signal gets sent. And you got an LG TV in here and a Samsung TV in here and an Insignia TV in here because it's the small one and you ain't really want to spend money on it or whatever. And that could easily change the way that signal gets sent and mess things up for you, right? It's working fine on one TV, not working on the other. This box is working fine, this one's not working, or whatever. And for me, it was a Verizon Fios box at the time that they did an update, and then they did another update. And when they did that second update, it fixed the signal going to the Samsung. But I'm looking to try to I need to download the thing, put it on the thumb drive and update the TV, or I got to get the TV connected to the internet so we can stay updated or whatever. Like, you just have to keep in mind that, like, all of this stuff is software. And all of it is signals that are sent digitally. And any and or all of those things can be broken by one company or corporation or internet signal at any given time.
Yeah.
And so that is just kind of the world we live in at this point. And it is totally possible that you could get a brand new TV and it doesn't work well with your PlayStation or your Xbox, or you only have one port that will do HDMI 2.1, you know what I mean, or something like that, and so you can't get that full fidelity, that you're looking to
and
get.
I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people out there who don't even know that.
Oh,
100%. They just
100%.
go home and just plug it right in, and then not even be thinking about it, and just
And
a lot of people don't.
Really, I mean, you'll get that HDR, but you're not going to get the 120. You're not, you know what I mean, or you'll go into the settings and try to switch your settings inside from 60 hertz to 120, and it'll be like, nah, your joint doesn't do this. You'll be like, gee, yes, it does.
Right.
And on top of that, you gotta have, in certain instances, you gotta have the right cables too, because a lot of people be trying to upgrade their TVs and got them old HDMI cords on there and thinking you gonna get that full resolution. Ha!
So here's another thing that's very important to understand. Both the Xbox Series X and Series S, as well as the PlayStation 5, will come with HDMI 2.1 cables in there. So as much as you might like to not have to reach behind your TV and unplug your HDMI cables, hear me when I say, unplug them old nasty HDMI cables and
plug them new ones
that came in the box.
Yep.
Because it is designed to do what it's supposed to do so that you get out of the box what you're supposed to get. That is another one of those things. if you like me and you got Monster Cable because you spent that kind of money, because you was in that kind of thing, or because you got a really good discount because you used to work somewhere where you get a really good discount on it, they got a lifetime upgrade joint, sir. If that joint doesn't send the best signal that you can get, call them. Tell them send you a new cable. Bro.
I actually need to do that. I forgot all about that because I got the old. Remember them M series monster cables? I most certainly got one couple of them downstairs. Now it's Audio Quest.
So K, who worked at Best Buy with us, knows his stuff, said he just bought a Samsung Q70T, and it also does 120 and HDMI 2.0, but it only does have one port.
Yep.
So again, y'all just keep that kind of stuff in mind, man. Like, we're all ready to upgrade. We're excited about getting these new boxes, but
be careful about Black Friday, because a lot of y'all gonna go out Black Friday and get them cheap TVs. And them cheap TVs,
that joint gonna have them ports gonna be weak, bro.
It will be 4K. It will be 4K, but you about to get like only 2 HDMI ports.
Right? No HDR on it.
Right, none of that.
You got the 4K.
Man,
that's it.
Like, we got HDR, but we got RDH.
Right. What is that?
Yeah, what is that?
Talking about? Yeah. So like that's a real thing. K, since you in the comments talking about what size TV did you get specifically? Yeah, dog. Don't get them $150 4K TVs.
No.
Don't do it.
Unless that's supposed to be just like you putting that in the kids' room or something. Yeah. That ain't your primary one. That ain't your primary one.
Nah.
Unless for whatever reason, you still got some tube TV in your thing, and you just trying to get some type of upgrade. Don't get me wrong, that'll be a nice little upgrade, but
that's cool.
Yeah.
Don't plug your box into it.
Sell yourself short. I'm gonna listen. Matter of fact, hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna tell you right now. So we're not even gonna look at 8K TVs, but hold tight.
Oh, nah, we don't need that just yet. I would like the future proof, but nah, I ain't ready for that yet.
The LG OLED 55C9 PUA is considered the best overall HDMI 2.1 OLED TV, and it is $2,500, 55 inch. It's a 2019 model.
Okay.
Well, we're not even looking at 2020 models. It's a 2019 model. They got a 65 inch that is $34.99. The 77 is like $7,000. Let's not even
Oh, there's an 88 inch. You see how much that 88 inch one is.
Oh, listen. I'm looking at the 77 is $13,000. Oh, boy, the first the first 720p joint I ever sold to somebody was $13,000.
That's about right.
I think
the 88 inch is standing between me and getting me a Camaro.
There is a 75 inch Sony that's supposed to be coming. But there's no price or anything for those yet.
The Monster Cable, they don't even sell them like that, no.
I mean, Sony doesn't really make their TVs anymore. Somebody else, like, they sold off or pushed off that part of their business. At least the Bravia part of it. Like, the Bravia end was a whole... let's not even get into that.
I thought I was doing something back
then.
I'm
just trying to give people a heads up. The point is, if you're upgrading and you're getting a new box, and you want to really be able to take advantage of what that box does, you will probably either need to upgrade your television, or at least make sure that if you only have one port that does HDR, or only have one that does 2.1, that you're using that port, that you know what you're doing, so you get the most out of the money you can really spend. That's really what that is. Yeah, and there it is, K. You know the deal, man. That Black Friday TV better not be your main joint. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? He got the 55 inch. That's
clean. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about replacing my refresh.
Hey,
listen. Because the other thing is, a lot of those new ones actually have, like, they actually have a gaming mode in them that will automatically detect and automatically put them in the best mode to run at the highest frame rate and so forth automatically. Like,
mine does that.
That's what HDMI is supposed to do. It's supposed to send that kind of signal and tell it like,
knows what it's doing. Hey, change the game mode.
Put a couple things around,
Yeah. I had to fix my folks' TV the other day because they couldn't figure out why, like when they would go to watch cable, it was like giving them this messed up, like weird picture, like the colors and stuff were off.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's because your HDR is still on. So when they use the apps on the TV, because the TV is 4K, they get everything in 4K and they get HDR. But then when they swap back to the cable box, it's not sending the right signal to it to tell it, like, hey, this isn't HDR anymore. You need to switch back. So you basically actually have to turn the TV off and turn it back on to get it to pop up in the right mode. It's a pain in the butt. That's kind of how things are. My TV used to do the same thing when I first got it. It was just a thing. Like if I watched regular cable, which I don't generally watch, but if I would watch something regular and I had been playing a game that ran an HDR or something like that, and I would switch to cable, it had this weird kind of green hue because it's trying to push HDR to something that doesn't have it, which is sort of another thing that we should kind of talk about as one of the things that is in the Xbox that they really are pushing is this auto HDR, where it is taking games that don't have HDR, were never intended, weren't even made when HDR was a thing, and adding HDR to it. If you want to really get some really good, we're not going to go super deep into it, but if you really want to get some good information, Digital Foundry has another great video they just released, I want to say earlier today, might have been yesterday, where they went back and tested some back compat games to have them run like the first Gears, stuff like that, and running in HDR. Batman, the last Arkham game, Arkham Knight joint, whatever. It is like, because it's so dark and whatever, they like all the lights and street lights and whatever, like that HDR just kicks in because the box itself is doing it. It's not something that the game wasn't built to do it and doesn't do it, but it basically has an algorithm that will read it and will implement it for you. So it was pretty good. They went back and played like original Crackdown, you know what I mean, and talked about how that worked and stuff like that. So again, you got TVs now that do HDR. You have a way to kind of take advantage of that. You're right. They're going to be looking at it and going, yep, it says 120 hertz on the box. Yep, but not at 4K. You just don't know that.
You can get your 120 hertz, but in 4K.
Yeah. So listen, real quick, I'm okay with you waiting for the prices to drop.
I ain't mad at that at all.
I don't want to do that. I'm terrible. Hey, Sin.
Yo.
Ghost of Tsushima Legends.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say no more. I'm just gonna let you take the floor.
He's like, take the floor.
What I'm gonna do is, hey, listen, real quick. Shout out to Wild Cherry Pepsi, man. When the last time y'all had a Wild Cherry Pepsi? This joint is
God.
Not my favorite.
Had regular Pepsi, but not the Wild Cherry one.
Yeah. So, Ghost of Tsushima Legends. Yes, me and B had a chance to jump into it last night, and I can say with certainty that thing is a problem.
Okay.
It is what the game was missing. Like, that multiplayer mode is fire.
Okay.
Fire. Yeah, it has a story mode. Like, we went through the first mission. Like, we jumped in last night, did the tutorial. It makes you go through with each class so you can get an understanding of, how they work. Then you pick a class, and you're kind of locked into that class. And as you progress in ranks, you can unlock the other three. And then they have, dailies. So, okay, I know for this daily, I got to use this class and such. And all the things you can unlock, like different masks and outfits and different swords and all that kind of stuff, techniques. But it was, it felt old school, clean, like we've been looking for. Like, we went through that whole first mission, no problems, smooth sailing, crushed it. It was even a point where the Discord had dropped out. We couldn't even communicate, but you couldn't tell. Like, we were streaming, you couldn't tell. Like, it was like water. Yeah, he had the stealth dude. He's up on the roof, jumping down. I'm covered with the arrows, taking dudes out. Like, it was great. Felt good.
So you know I'm impressed with it when I start shooting video. When I start taking video, something went down, dog. It was terrible.
Yeah,
it was weak. Hey, that joint.
It was a phenomenal addition to the game, I can say. Yeah, and it's something that we'll be playing a lot of.
Oh, yeah. let me be the one to say without hesitation, I love all of y'all, but y'all are in the way right now.
Hey, look, he hit me this morning like, I swear.
All day.
He hit me this morning like, I swear I'm about to call out so we can jump on this ghost.
I'm about to call out.
I'm like, dude, I will cut off my phone right now. like they just won't be reaching me today. Like, let's do it. But no, like that multiplayer element is so solid for it. I'm definitely ready to explore more of it.
Hey, look, man, that's the Tenchu game I've been looking for.
Yeah, it is.
Multiplayer. I almost don't care about the story, but whatever. It's there. It's cool. I dig it. You know what I'm saying?
Got them
real
vibes.
Getting in with the homie and just like, all right, just wrap each other like, all right, Slim, I'm in the tall grass over here. You on that side. We got 3 in front of us. Which one you want? I got a bead on Slim. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he walk over here, I'm gonna put the gank on him. What you want to do? You know what I'm saying? He like, oh no, I got a bead on Slim. Can you get both of them? Because if you can't get both of them, you know we gonna have a fight. I got him.
Straight up.
Okay.
Slim, listen.
Pow!
Slim, listen.
Clean.
Slim, listen. I'm like, I'm gonna go on the other side of this joint. I'm gonna jump up on this roof. I got Slim in my sights. What's good? I know the other dude is over there. What dude? Oh yeah, I saw you take him out. I got Slim. Hey, did you get his pet? Because his pet, what pet? That joint gone like this. He was bacon, and that joint is clean, bruh. And I'm just like, yeah, give me the higher difficulties. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's jump in. Let's body the joint. I'm ready to go. Like I
do like how they like how you unlock the different masks and that kind of stuff. Like it's not like necessarily progressing in rank. You can just go click on the one you like, and it tells you exactly how to get that specific mask.
Exactly. Yep.
Like complete the mission without any special moves or whatever it is. Like, okay, I can do that to get that one. Cool. Yeah, it just makes it easy to get to know exactly how to get the items you want, which is cool.
I mean, there's some joints on there that's like, oh yeah, that's not happening for a while. Like
you
said, people run on nightmare mode and can't nobody get hurt. Can't nobody die.
Wait, you can't get hurt?
Can't nobody. None of us can get hurt.
Nobody playing can get hurt.
Yeah.
Completely join on nightmare mode.
Oh, yeah. Right. They got ain't ready for that yet, but
hard for that. So look, man, we got about 10 minutes left or so in the show. So what I want to do, man, I don't know. Did y'all see this whole thing about Ubisoft might be doing too much? But did y'all see the thing about Ubisoft Connect?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like shutting down Uplay and like combining it into something new. Yeah, something like that.
And they just do this when they switched it from it stopped being Uplay and switched to something else, or it was something else before.
It was something before Uplay, and then
then it became Uplay, and now it's Ubisoft Connect, and so it takes Uplay Desktop and the Ubisoft Club and combines them in. That's what it was. It went from Uplay to Ubisoft Club. Ubisoft Club was consoles, and Uplay Desktop was PCs or whatever.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So, I mean, look, it's not technically. This wouldn't be a thing that I would say is enough news for us to talk about. Here's why I'm talking about. I want to just explain a couple of things. So, not only does it merge Uplay Desktop with Ubisoft Club, but it introduces cross-play and cross-progression for Ubisoft members regardless of platform.
I say, come again?
I'm going to read it one more time.
One more time?
Introduces cross-play and cross-platform, cross-progression for Ubisoft members regardless of platform. So, PlayStation, Xbox, PC, Switch, whatever it is you're playing on, if the game is there, you now have cross-play and cross-progression. And this is being done on Ubisoft's end.
I like
you
that.
Are a member of Connect. You're not like you paying for it. You know what I mean? It just means you got to sign up or whatever, just like you did for the other stuff. It probably would just migrate over. But
that's what I would figure,
you got to remember that the console war thing, for as long as it has been a part of our lives, pick a side, you run with your side, you switch sides, and then you run with that side, and then you say you're agnostic, but you really still have a preference, because that's just how things work, right? But that is, while it will be allowed to be a thing, the war part of it goes away outside of exclusives.
Yep.
And Call of Duty is just like, like, it doesn't really matter whether you play on one console or the other. It all works together. Fortnite, it all works together. You know what I mean? So when you're talking about Ubisoft, who I'm gonna say outside of Fortnite has I'm gonna say the greatest game as a service in existence. The greatest games as service in existence because they have more than one. With Rainbow Six Siege, the Division 2, For Honor. Games that when they started out were just like, eh. But we're like 4 or 5 years into Rainbow Six Siege now. They're just continuing to add content. Joint just got added to Game Pass. Like, which means a whole lot more people are going to be playing now. The idea of something like that, them implementing on their end, cross-play and cross-progression. So if you have it on one system and you pick it up on something else or whatever, all your stuff just carries over. It's in the cloud, they're taking care of you or whatever. Like that.
Beautiful.
What the way of the future is going to be. That is the thing that Sony has been fighting against.
Oh yeah, I know they're in the office flipping over chairs right now, tables. Somebody in there pissed off when they saw that announcement.
They're burning.
They're pissed off.
Hey, listen, Ellis, man.
I'm ready for that.
First of all, the real G's don't play Call of Duty. I'm just gonna throw it out there. You know what I'm saying? That's not we don't Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? But I know you want that. I know you saw that they making the Master Chief Collection 120.
I need it.
And that I know you ready for, El. I know you're ready for that. Yeah, Division 2 cross-platform will be bananas. It'll be bananas. Because when you talk about not segmenting your audience, right? It's the same thing they've been trying to do for years, where it's like you don't really want to create DLC anymore that locks somebody else out. The fact that somebody doesn't have a particular character shouldn't keep y'all from being able to play together. You just don't have that character. You know what I'm saying?
That's
or whatever. Like, we used to go through that with like Rainbow Six Vegas 2. Where like we'd be in there and we'd all have like new DLC, and it'd be one fool in the party. Folks, or something like that doesn't have it. We be on a playlist. We go to load the new map. Hey man, I just got kicked. I don't know what happened. I know what happened.
You ain't got that.
You ain't got the new maps.
Oh, I'm gonna go download the joint real quick. Nah, ain't no such thing as real quick on 360.
You waiting?
It was gonna be 2 hours before you could play with us again. And no, we not going back and taking the map out of rotation so you can play with us.
Okay.
We gotta wait this one out.
We gonna play new stuff. We ain't messing with y'all.
Really,
hey,
just got an excuse.
Ellis, listen, Ellis. You play Call of Duty, bro? Because that's not, come on, man.
Well, I guess on that Call of Duty.
That's so simple, man. That's you, Jokes? You a Call of Duty guy?
Oh, I played.
Since when?
I played. No, I was.
Play Call of Duty. I ain't never seen you play Call of Duty. I don't never see you play no games anyway, though.
I played Call of Duty was what, Extra Life last year or year before?
Yeah.
I didn't like the last 2 that came out. So like I was playing Black Ops 4 still, but after getting in and playing Cold War, the beta, I'm feeling Cold War. So I'm going in for Cold War.
Are you playing new Halloween joint that just dropped for Warzone?
I haven't played Warzone really like that. I haven't really played Warzone like that, so I'm gonna get in and play that. But I'm ready for the multiplayer for Cold War. I want Cold War.
Hey, Ellis, shut up, bro.
I'm ready for that.
Hey, you know what, Ellis, man? Play Forza or something, man. Race or something. I don't even want to shoot somebody. Ain't that tight. What's up with this tennis? Y'all see that new tennis game that just came out?
Hey, pause. What? Wait,
I
what?
might have saw it passing. Hold up.
Wait,
hey,
what?
Bro, listen, they had a free weekend for the joint like last week.
Oh.
Hey, the Battlefield, you know what I'm saying? Battlefield's cool, man, but
I can't get with Battlefield.
Yeah, listen, somebody missing their maps, man. That joint is always a problem, bro.
Terrible.
That joint is always a problem. At least it used to be a problem. That's what we're trying to get rid of. You know what I mean? Like, think about how Fortnite just is like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have one map, we're just gonna change the map up. we just update the whole map, put something new in it. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to worry about that.
Not anymore.
It's real out here.
Hey, look,
man,
right there.
I just think that's a big deal. You know what I mean? That they're implementing on their end, and I think we're gonna see other companies follow suit with something very similar. Right, where by you having your email and your games and all that kind of stuff tied to it, your stuff just goes to the cloud, and that way, regardless of what platform you're playing on, if you're having to go to somebody else's house and just sign in on their console or whatever, you should be able to get all your stuff to play. Like, it just, you know what I mean? Talk for a brief moment about 2K. I don't know. I mean, I guess I do know what they was thinking. If y'all remember, like a month ago, we had an issue with UFC 4, where like a month after the game came out, EA just started putting ads in the game. Like, you couldn't skip. People was hot. They're like, I paid for this joint. Show me no ads in this joint. There's kind of ads in there anyway. So 2K, like earlier this week, just dumped unskippable ads into the loading screen. You can't skip them, John. Like, how is this a thing, yeah?
They thought they could get away with it.
After the backlash, had the nerve to tweet out like, it wasn't supposed to be like that. They wasn't supposed to be in the pregame.
Shut your lying asses
in
up.
the most noticeable place possible. Slim, that's where you sold them ads, dog.
Right.
You could not have possibly written code that would put ads into the loading screen that then prevented you from being. It used to be that when you would load in, you could at least still adjust your players. Like, you could change who your starters were and stuff like that. He took that out and put the ads in.
I don't know what you were doing.
And that has to be approved by multiple levels of people
before
you get signed off.
The type of ad, the length of the ad, all these factors that go into it. So you wouldn't have this go through so many different people. Somebody just said that it's going to work. No.
Let me tell you what they did. Nah, because look, I'm going to tell you what they did. They sold ads to Oculus, because the new Oculus started showing ads for the game. People was like, what is this? So they sold ads to Oculus, probably for a solid month to 2 months. And right now, they are claiming we're going to fix it in a future update. Guarantee you that update doesn't come until after whatever the contract is for how long them ads are supposed to run.
NBA 2022.
Period. Wow. I mean, it'll be 2021 maybe when it happens, but that's the kind of thing you could easily undo. Like, that's an update you can implement this week. You understand what I'm saying? Disable the ads and put them somewhere else.
Yeah,
I know, really roll it back.
That was never meant to be there.
Get on that Walmart level, roll it back.
Play? Are they supposed to be on the little scrolling desks that are in front of the you know what I'm saying, on the floor?
That's a major goof.
That's a very, very different place than what this is. That's not how this supposed to work.
And everything fits so perfectly. It's like, it's clean looking. Like, no, you knew what you was doing.
Yeah.
Speaking of Rainbow Six, if you remember, Vegas and Vegas 2 had updatable ads that would run. Like, when you were running, you would see movie posters for different movies, and it would update. Billboards and stuff like that would update, and they would actually show like real movie posters and stuff that were coming out in games, and people were kind of like, I don't know if I like this. Personally, who cares? I can shoot the joint.
I didn't care. Yeah, like, it's not something that's stopping my gameplay. It's okay. It's a movie poster.
But this is in the way.
Exactly.
Because here's the thing: you technically now have what could be inflated load times that didn't exist
just
before.
Because of that.
How do you do that when you have an entirely new version of the game that's coming out for the new consoles that technically isn't supposed to have any load time?
Huh. We're going to have load time for these ads.
So you specifically set this up and time these ads to run prior to the release of the new consoles, which are not going to have the load times for you to put ads there. Stop playing with me. 2K is always in trouble for doing something like that, man. Like just like EA is in trouble in Canada right now because
Loot
boxes
boxes.
and all that or whatever, man. Like I'm so tired of hearing about. I don't really care.
I'm about to say, the
Right.
argument that won't go away.
Just plain and simple. If you don't want to buy a loot box, don't buy a loot box. Just shut up and go away. You don't want to take the chance?
I mean, it's really not that simple.
However, I
However,
know.
here's the thing. Depending on how it's implemented, I don't personally consider loot boxes to be gambling. I mean, I guess it is. You are taking a gamble. But I don't really look at it any different than buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like, they sell blind boxes at every comic book store, right? They got all these different little tiny boxes, like, try to get every Street Fighter character. You have no idea what's in there. Nah, Slim, if I go to McDonald's right now and I say, I want all the Happy Meal toys y'all got. Like, it's not a secret which Happy Meal toy I'm going to get. Like, it could be. But I can say, hey, which Happy Meal toy y'all got?
Yep.
You might say, this one. I say, I don't want it. And trust me, I went to McDonald's the other day and was like, give me every Happy Meal toy y'all got. Only one each. And he's like, we only got one. Screw y'all then. I mean, give me that one.
Give me that one. But I got
the joint. I need all them Avengers, dog. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. Yeah, look, man. Look. I don't expect that ads are going to go away. I think they're going to continue to find ways to place them into games, even though the price of games is going to go up.
Mm-hmm.
I do understand people complaining about how much they pay for a game and then still have ads inserted.
Yes,
and
sir.
it is a very different feeling from playing a game on mobile or something that is a free game that makes you watch ads.
Right.
Mhm.
Very, very, very different. You should be paying to not have that. But to me, either this is coming or it's what should be. What used to just be you can get the standard edition, the gold edition, or the ultimate edition, or the premium edition. One of them editions is going to be no ads.
No ads.
Mhm. I'm waiting for it.
You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And you will be able to upgrade to the no ads version if you want to. It's what people do. Like right now, it drives me up a wall that there are people who have ads on their Spotify or on their Hulu. I don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
I just pay, so it's not there because I don't want it because it feels like an interruption.
It is an interruption.
But if you're playing, there are games where it will work better than others. If you're playing NBA and they run a banner ad on the floor or on, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, like
Yeah.
Right. I can live with.
interrupt gameplay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's a little bit different. If you're doing a replay, again, they can talk about it being more like a real television presentation or
This
whatever.
replay is sponsored by Sprite.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
stuff
what-
like
yeah.
that. Okay. Yeah.
Which
cool
is
with that.
good and all, but like when you're watching on TV, you can't skip the replay. But when you're playing the game, you can skip the replay. And the only reason to really watch the replay is if you're playing against somebody couch co-op and you want them to see what you did.
You see that? You see what I did? Let's go.
Hey, man, hit the button, bro. Don't nobody want to see that.
Mhm.
That's Ellis. Hit the button. Don't nobody want to see that. We want to show the replay, Ellis. I'm just saying, like, I think ads are going to be a thing because we've been talking about how games really should be a lot more expensive than they are. They have been at $60 for over a decade.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? For like 15 years. 05, 06, when the 360 came out, they jumped from $40, from $50 to $60.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been $60 ever since. So outside of getting one that has the DLC included and whatever else, the price of games has not gone up at all. And for inflation, they should be a lot higher. So they've been trying to find ways to make more money. That's just what it is. So I don't think ads are going to go away. You know what I mean? Even if they stick ads in there for, like, I just told you I was complaining on Tuesday about how watching HBO Max, like, I pay for that. Why are y'all showing me ads for other HBO stuff? I mean, it is other HBO stuff. So even if you start getting ads in Ubisoft games for other Ubisoft games, that's on them if they want to do it. But that's not like somebody else is paying them to do it. At some point, man, it's going to happen. This is going to be, it's going to be there. You might as well get ready for it. Figure out which version of the game you want to pay for.
That's it.
Yeah. Deluxe versions all day because I'm not paying
All
for that.
day.
Got the deluxe version and
All
the
day.
deluxe no ad version.
I don't want your ads, bro.
No, keep them out
Feel
of my
the
way.
ads,
I'm,
bro.
I'm
Yes,
gaming
they
right now.
do,
Keep it
bro.
out of
Feel
my
the
way.
ads. Get them out of here. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not with it. Yeah. Again, ads ain't gonna go away. I think the way that they get implemented it needs some work. Just like I think the way that loot boxes are implemented needs some work. You know what I mean? Like I don't think blind boxes are necessary. You are taking a gamble when you buy blind boxes, like we always have. If you bought Fleer or
Mhm.
Tops, baseball cards, basketball cards, whatever, you don't know what's in that pack. You don't know what
Yep.
you're getting. You buying it on the off chance, hoping that you're gonna get something. I bought entire boxes, like the whole box of cards,
Oh
and
yeah.
ain't I
Oh,
one.
trading card, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Super, Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm in all of them.
Yeah,
You
that's what I'm saying.
find about box loads.
And I already knew
That's
buying one of them boxes. I was like, I'm gonna be pissed by the time I go through all 12 of these packs.
the point is though that for a lot of people it is a practice that is preying on children and so forth. Nothing is preying harder on kids than like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards. You know what I'm saying? Like I need this pack, and you asking your parents to spend that money, or you spending your allowance on it, or whatever it is. Like you're gambling. You are learning to take that chance to try to get something that you don't know
Hmm.
that's gonna be in there, and you might get multiple duplicates of something you already have.
Mm-hmm.
Difference is you can trade them.
Yep. Somebody wanted.
Sometimes,
Somebody
maybe
wanted.
somebody does. You know, it's tons of joints in there that they make hundreds of thousands of that everybody has and nobody wants it.
Yeah.
But the ability to trade it is different from you open a digital thing and you can't trade it or do nothing with it. You just got it and it don't do nothing for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, games came out at a certain price point to push the consoles, but you was always gonna have the difference is that the consoles became multimedia platforms. Us,
Mm-hmm.
they were CD players. It became about being able to do more with the console than just play games on. Once you went away from cartridges, that became a thing. I mean, the only reason why Xbox got into the console game is because Sony's console could also play CDs. And then it was getting to a point where it could also play movies. And it was like, we can't let them control the living room. They control the living room. They got too much power. We got to do something about this. So we got to get in this race. That's the only reason why it existed. That's why they had a DVD player remote. You know what I mean? For it. Like, those are the kinds of things that have always pushed the way we consume. It's for the last 20 years, it's been consoles that have pushed televisions, updates and things like HDMI, going to high definition, like all that stuff has always been ushered in by consoles,
Right.
by game consoles, more than anything else, which is probably one of the biggest reasons why consoles haven't gone away already, because PC doesn't do that. It won't do for the electronics industry
Right.
what having a console in your living
Yeah. They control the living room. PCs
room
usually
connected to your main TV will do. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't push things forward. Your
Mhm.
PC is, you might get a nicer desk. It'll push
Yeah.
monitors forward, but it ain't. You know what I mean? It's not doing the rest of it. It's not.
It's not working
Surround
the rest of the
sound
house.
is not a thing that grew the way it would have grown just because of DVDs.
Right.
It happened because PlayStation 2s could play DVDs, and all of a sudden everybody had a DVD player, and so now everybody needs a surround sound system because DVDs are that much better looking.
Hear them bullets
You have
flying
that
all
much better
around
audio.
you, or hearing them scares from like whatever, them scare jumps coming from all around. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And who has money in DVDs? Sony.
Mm-hmm.
So of course we're gonna push this. They did the same thing with Blu-ray. They just overpriced it when they did it. So yeah, I mean those things will definitely happen. Hey, listen, I got a ton of games. I'm a collector in my heart of hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And when I turn on my box, man, and I look, my joint says like 600 some odd games. I got a lot of games, bro. Them joints is there.
I'm stupid. It's like even ones that you weren't gonna play, especially in them free games when you see them, you just go ahead and say, "Oh, let me just go ahead and download that and just put it right on there, like just have it."
But listen, you don't have DVDs you never open.
Oh, most
You
certainly.
don't have DVDs in the cellophane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you do. I know people that got 12-inch vinyls ain't never opened. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting in the plastic with an old orange sticker. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Tiny orange sticker on that joint. You know they to put the
Yep.
price tag on the joint, still sitting on the joint.
I look at some of the movies and I'm like, why did I even buy this? Like I did that probably like a few weeks ago. I found Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, whatever that movie was called. I gotta watch. Like I just picked it up and I was like, why did I never open this joint?
You gotta run through it.
He never really wants to see it. It wasn't that important. You know what I'm saying? But like, for real, one of the things about being a collector is that you collect things you know you're never gonna open. Some of them you never intend to open.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like, and so you get used to that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I got pops. Them joints ain't coming out the box.
Same
ever.
here. I bought
The
multiples.
only pops I got that are out of the box are the ones that people gave to me out of the box. Other than that, them joints ain't coming out of the box because I need to stack them. That's the easiest way for me to display them is to stack them. I can't don't have that kind of space.
That's me on my Power Ranger grind.
I got my multi figures down there. Like,
Bruh,
I look at my door and open them. But, nah, I just keep.
That's why I got multiple. Like I got two Power Morphers. I definitely opened one of them up. I had two of them Green Dragon daggers. I opened one of them Jones up. Like,
well, that's how you do comic books. I always bought two.
Same.
Kept one bagged and board, and the other one I open so I can read it. That's just now it's just like, just give me the digital joint so I can get the story out of it. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, and I'm good. And if it's something super special like that Chadwick Boseman Spawn that's coming out,
I pre-ordered that. I
got two of them joints coming. I might not open either one of them joints.
No,
that's just collector mentality, man. My video game collection, I got a shitin of PlayStation 2, original Xbox, GameCube. I got boxes, packages, manuals. Them joints is all sitting in
PS2 and 360. Oh, good God.
Collecting old, bro. Like,
dog, I got one of those 200-page the binders for the disc for my 360 games. Like that joint is like, I think I have maybe like 2 pages in that joint that I could probably, that's all that's left in there. That joint is filled.
100%. And I was so happy to not fill that joint anymore. To not carry it with me. Take the hard drive, put the hard drive in my bag. I'll be at your house in a minute, son.
Don't you gotta pack them discs? Don't you gotta pack them discs up? Nah, bro. I got my hard drive.
Listen, dudes like you, jokes, made it so important to me because it was just like, I can't. We be playing a joint. I'll be like, hey, y'all trying to run such and such? Be like,
let me grab my disc right quick.
Hey, we already the loading screen waiting for you. He's like, I'm still looking for my disc.
Oh yeah, I traded that joint in.
Load, like, nah, I can't, yo.
Nah, I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that. Unless it was collector's edition. Nah, I'll agree with that.
I'm past it, dog. Like, I'm not even collector's editions. I'm not even doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, for anything they do that's got a collector's edition that has something in it, I guarantee you, I can find a statue of that same character that's better than the one that's in that joint that will cost me about the same, and I don't need no disc. You want to find, like, you bought that Dragon Ball special? Just go online and look.
Oh, there's tons of them.
For any Goku statue, dog, I guarantee you can find hundreds of joints that shine all over that joint, bro. Unnecessary. There are some that are decent, like the Scorpion joint you got with MKX.
Woo!
That joint's clean. That joint's clean. Other than that, dog, nah, dog. Like my Halo 3 helmet.
Ooh.
Clean. You know how many Bammers was upset? Listen, I sold them joints. Now Bammers was mad. Try to bring them joints back. Like, hey man, this joint don't fit on my head. You stupid.
I don't give a damn. Yo, I tell you.
You can't wear this joint. Shut up, dog. You ain't supposed to wear that
when that Halo 3 helmet came, when Halo 3 came out, I was staying on campus when I was at Delaware State. And I walked my ass across the street and came with this big ass box into my dorm. You know, all my friends was like, yo, what the hell is that? And I'm like, come to the room right quick and let me unbox this junk right quick. Yo, is that an actual match? I'm like, yes.
Yeah, but you couldn't wear it.
Couldn't wear it. But hey.
What happened to that Green Ranger helmet you bought?
Oh, I gave up on that. Because that dude, no.
Money back?
The half of it that I did? Nope. Because the dude, nope. And it was I just had to take the L on that just because of how long it was. And because at one point, I never told you this, he actually asked me to pay the rest up because they were behind. Yeah, because they were behind and needed to hire other staff. I was like, no, absolutely not. So, nah, I just let that be a loss because And that was just lesson learned on that part. I was heartbroken, but
You need to holler at your man JD and just shoot him a link, dog, and have him just tear my man down. Like, nah, Slim.
Yeah.
No, he ain't, because JDF then got himself like 20 of them new helmets made for Legend of the White Dragon. I'm sitting here waiting for the same guy, the same company, because they moved him to the front of the he got like 20 of them Jones made.
That's because you paid for his joints.
Pretty much.
You want the joint for JDF? Hey, Slim.
You funded my man's purchase.
Hey, Slim. He got his joints for free, bruh.
Bruh.
You paid for it. So man, we got shut this joint down, man. We ain't even talking about games no more. I'm trying to go. Listen, I appreciate all y'all for being in the comments on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever you watching. Greatly appreciate y'all. Love every one of y'all. Make sure you're following us across all social media. That's at Loading Snacks. That makes it just real nice and easy. We easy to find, man. Look, you can Google us, you can ping us, you can Yahoo us. We gonna pop up. It's a real thing. We got tons of content all over the place. You can join our Patreon. We have some content there you can't get anywhere else. We like to push stuff there first and then go to other places. Sin, you just posted a question to the Patreon folks.
I did.
We're gonna shoot a show for them. We gotta do that this week. What was that? What was that question?
What was the one that won?
What was all the options?
What was all of them? The first one was which one of the Loading Snacks members would be able to lift Thor's hammer? Which one of us is worthy?
Oh.
Hold on, I'm going to the post right now to bring it up.
Okay.
You have published. Thank you very much. All right. Open this up. Why won't you open this up?
I don't like you. You're not worthy, so open it up.
Extra Life is coming up. So November 7th, we will be playing games for 24 hours straight, collecting money, donations for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. So y'all look out for that. You can go to our page. You can look on our Facebook. It's there. Please don't hesitate to go there and support us. You can actually donate now. You don't have to wait until the day of. You can do it anytime. If you're interested in playing games, even if you only want to play games for like an hour or two on that day, you can join our team and take collections and play for our hospital. That's a Children's Miracle Network hospital near where you live. If you want to do that, the more the merrier. We'd be glad to have anybody join the team and take collections. The more money we can raise, the better we do for children who right now are struggling with COVID and all that kind of stuff. They're not letting families in to see people. They got to go in one at a time. It's just really tough right now. So now it's more important than ever than it ever has been. So we just want to make sure we're doing our part. So again, November 7th from 8 a.m. to 8 a.m.
Yep.
We'll be playing games, raising money for Children's Miracle Network Hospital and doing some silly stuff or whatever to try to earn some extra money. There'll be a swear jar. Sin's going to maybe get scared or whatever. I don't know what you're doing. Last year I shaved. Because we hit a certain threshold, my whole face, it was disgusting. My daughter cried. Like last year,
that was so funny.
But my whole eye was full on tears. Y'all and the kids.
Oh, man.
The real thing. Sin, you got that information?
Yeah, the first question was which member of the Loading Snacks crew would be worthy enough to lift Thor's hammer? The second one was what was the time that you got into big trouble with your parents? And the third one is what fictional world or place would you like to visit?
Okay, and the winner was?
Well, as of right now, the winner is the first one, the who can lift Thor's hammer.
That's a discussion we'll be having. Now that content that will only go to the Patreon.
That's
Won't
it.
go anywhere else.
That's gonna be fun.
Dang, Kay, for real, the hammer not pledging? Nobody?
Wow. No
like,
fake.
You know what?
No
you know
fake.
what, though? But I'm gonna tell you what. You'll never know the answer.
Hey.
If you ain't a Patreon member.
That reminds me of a video from back at Awesome Con.
Hey, dog. And it's been done before. You know what I'm saying? And none of us could lift it. Do me a favor, Sin. Go ahead and knock them shout outs out for me.
Yeah, shout out to the top tier patrons, which is Anthony Cunningham, Susan Dortch, and Tyrone Carson. Thank you very, very much. We truly appreciate it. And also Marcus, who's still in the chat for the hats. It's tokidoki.com.
Straight up, dog.
Yeah.
Straight up, dog. Pay attention. See what's going on, bro. There's stuff out there. Hey, listen, one more time, I appreciate all y'all being here. We can break it up out of here. Again, Extra Life, November 7th. I do want to thank everybody who bought breast cancer shirts. Most people have gotten theirs already. Anybody who hasn't gotten their first shirt yet, hit me up, let me know. You should have them, that you've been in the mail, or they've been dropped off, or something along those lines. So we want to make sure we will be doing shirts again for autism awareness. That'll be in March, going into April. It's a lot happening. And I've been asked about doing shirts, fundraisers for MS. I'm looking into that. See if we can do something for that. I think that's a worthy cause, and we might want to look into that. So, having said that, greatly appreciate y'all for tuning in. We are out. Oodles and loos. What it do, snackers and snackers? Did you like what you just saw? Would you like to help us grow? Here's what you can do. Shoot over to patreon.com/loading snacks, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe